Hello, welcome to the channel, The Sons of the Weir. Today I want to speak about all the protests that's happening in this country regarding these illegal immigrants who shouldn't be here in the first place. Young men put up in 3- and 4-star hotels not wanting for nothing, while our own people are on the streets destitute and dying. Our pensioners is basically left to themselves. So what's happening, wherever these parasites is put, I'll reiterate again, I'm not speaking about women and children. I'm talking about these young men who throw the passports in the channel on the way across. Everywhere they're going, there's trouble. There's girls being pestered, accosted, one's being raped in the Republic of Ireland, in Dublin. There's been protests in Knowsley, what got a little bit out of hand. But everybody who turns up, that's been turning up at these meetings, these protests, they're not racist, they're just worried. And this government is doing nothing about it. If you turn up, you're classed as a racist, blah de blah. They care more for these illegal immigrants who shouldn't be here in the first place. And as far as I'm concerned, every one of these dinghies, these boats coming across this country is nothing but mini Trojan horses who were here to do a job when told to and to strike at will. That's my opinion, I'm entitled of it. This country has committed cultural suicide and it's not going to stop. Rishi Sunak has got a backlog of 140,000 of these parasites, and what he's done is just granted refugee status to 12,000. Every one of these 140,000 backlog will get refugee status. And like I said in the previous video, any illegal immigrant that turns up in France that wants to come here will get here. There'll be none stopping of it. We're already a minority in this country. In my opinion, I think it's only 37%, 38% Christians in Britain, in England and Wales, There's just no stopping it. But these protests is just the beginning. I also said in the previous video that soldiers will be on the streets of this country within 10 years. Well, I think the British people will be on the streets of this country within the next 18 months. That's how fed up we are. And there's nothing getting done about it. The protest in Knowsley Village at Liverpool, a village in Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, where irate parents and families turned up, very irritated and agitated. A young girl's been propositioned and hounded off these parasites, leeches, wannabe rapists. That's what they are. That's my opinion. I'm entitled of it, and I couldn't care less who it upsets. So what's happened on that night? The police have turned up, they've parked a vehicle in the middle of the crowd, they've locked it up, and they've went missing for 25 minutes. As soon as they locked it up and went missing, within 2 minutes, 7 men turned up, all in black, balaclavas on, couldn't see who they were, all had hold-alls, and within 2 minutes, that van was smashed to bits. It ended up getting burnt out. I'm not condoning that, but what I'm saying is, the police going missing for 25 minutes, and within 2 minutes of them parking that van there, these men appear out of nowhere, and this happens. As far as I'm concerned, they're from the establishment. Now we had Claire Mosley, the founder of Care for Calais, doing interviews. These poor men in this hotel are terrified. What about the poor girls that's getting hounded and pestered and followed? What about them, Claire Mosley? Have you got nothing to say about them? Because allegedly in 2017, while your charity, when you were in the Care for Calais residency in Calais, you were allegedly friendly with one of these refugees, and when that alleged friendship went north, he got upset and allegedly he tried to burn the premises of Care for Calais down. So you've seen the other side of these people. And what I say to Care for Calais and other charities like them. It's just my personal opinion. Calais is in France. So why are you bothering to go over to France for young men not from this country when you've got thousands of British people on the streets here dying, not getting any help, not entitled to hotels or nothing. So whatever money you're getting, donated, or if you're getting grants off the government, why don't you look after your own people in this country? Or if you're that concerned, and everybody working for your charity, you're that concerned about these people in Calais, why don't you sell your house and move lock, stock and barrel and take everybody working with you over there, because you'll be doing this country a service, in my opinion. And when you get there, get in touch with Macron and ask Macron, the sewer rat of France, to give you some funding out of the £64 million a year he gets off this country. That's my message to you. Care for Calais. You can't defend the undefendable. Everywhere these parasites and shithouses are, young girls is getting harassed, and it's just a matter of time before there's fatalities. And then this country will see how fed up people are. That's my opinion. People in UK had a protest at the weekend. Mums, dads, irate, worried families, like I say, worried families. One chap come on, one local fella come on, and he says young girls are now being taught self-defence lessons in schools and being advised under no circumstances walk through the town centre alone. Now what's that telling you? And you've got idiots, left-wing idiots, standing outside these hotels and sticking up for them. You want to be put back in the boats and sent back to France with these people. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. In Dublin, there was one of these hotels set about, smashed up. I'm glad it was, personally. But the mainstream media don't tell you that for these parasites, these young men with no ID, cut a hole in the fence round the back, got out, and they raped a young girl. That's why that hotel was attacked and smashed up. And as far as I'm concerned, good on them. It's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. There's a man walking his dog in a park in Belfast. He was beat up and raped of 2 illegal immigrants. Fancy taking your dog for a walk and getting raped of 2 blokes. It's beyond belief. There's going to be no end of it till this is stopped. This country is in turmoil. Like I say, the government's committed cultural suicide, and this Labour Party will be no better than the shithouses who's already in. I'm going to leave you with that, people. If you've liked it all, well and good. If you haven't, I'm not really bothered. I couldn't care less. I care about my country. I love my country. I love my city, Sunderland. And I fear for the future of my grandchildren and everybody else's children and grandchildren. Because the next 2 generations of this country are up against it. There's no other way you can put it. See you later, people. Bye.